I really need to get a new camera battery. Anyway, Eagle project. Talking about it again. As you may know, if you followed my videos previously here, you know that I had a huge vacuum leak and it would run with the choke fully closed like you see in there, and my choke was operating backwards. As you can see, I got that off. So what I didn't film is I took my starter fluid over there that I recently bought and sprayed the crap around that carburetor base, and nothing happened. I'm thinking, okay, it must be a vacuum leak somewhere. So I looked through every vacuum line I had on my car, and nothing. I even used starter fluid and sprayed around the vacuum lines to see. Again, nothing. So I'm thinking, okay, so it must be at the very bottom of that adapter plate, and it's just not, my starter fluid is just not reaching there or something, because I checked all the vacuum lines. They're good. The intake manifold bolts, I know those can loosen up and cause a vacuum leak, but it was doing fine before the carburetor swap. So, with the mind that I did a carburetor swap just like that, led me to believe that I had a vacuum leak around the base of the carburetor. So I had to take that off and redo the gasket stuff, and I even bought some silicone for it too, like a special silicone gasket maker that's good for gasoline areas. So I got started on all these bolts, you know, particularly like the one in the back there where it's hard to get. And I got all those taken off, and I ended up losing the washer nut to that back one, and it didn't hit the ground. So I'm thinking, okay, it's stuck somewhere in the intake manifold. So now I had to search around for that forever and ever and ever. I did eventually find it. It was in a differential. But I did find something disturbing, and I can't reach it because this core is limiting. But there's a plug on the end of the intake manifold. You can kind of see it if I zoomed in. You see that plug? I just recently put that in. That was my vacuum leak. And just after I got all those nuts undone, so I was a very happy person at that moment. In fact, I should have been recording, because it probably would have been funny as hell to watch, you know, some dumbass miss that. And it's weird because I stuck my fingers back there, sprayed starter fluid back there, because I know I had my vacuum lines back there, and I couldn't find that until I finally looked back there like that. It's like, oh my god, how did I miss that? Like 5 times, because I looked back there like 5 times. It sucks to be me sometimes. But we can finally get onto this choke. Now let me grab it, because my cord's limiting my camera reach. Here's the Carter BBD electronic choke. It's a 1 plug, and it's grounded through the nuts, or the screws, or whatever you want to call them. The cap screws. Anyway, coil expands, you know, when heat's applied, and engine kind of warms it up itself too from ambient heat. It was working backwards. Why? Because the spring is backwards. So all I had to do is pop out that spring and flip it around, and it looks like it's just a kind of pressed in fit right there. So I'm going to try yanking that out. We'll see if I have to cuss up another storm when I bust this. Although I don't think these will be too hard to find. And if that's the case, I could just probably get myself a Motorcraft one. Screwdriver. It fell down way over here. We'll see how bad of a day this can really get for me. Already missed a little bit of the snowstorm, so that's cool, because I figured, okay, I'm going to just have to take all that shit apart. Right? Nope. Just a little plug on the back of my manifold that I missed 5 times. Yeah. Not really wanting to come out. There we go. Finally got it. The spring is out. Too bad the spring doesn't seem to look like it's going to work anymore. Yeah, I'll just test fire it anyway. I'll just have to play with the choke a lot, I guess. We'll just basically see if we got a vacuum leak at this point, which I'm sure there is somewhere still. So, you know, my luck. Anyway. Engine's slightly warm, but I'm going to close the choke anyway. Well, I suppose I can't. Whatever.
Idles.
Really? So that was the vacuum leak problem.
Awesome. That's working.
She's idling real smooth now. So that's that problem taken care of. I could probably take it for a little drive too now. I mean, tape off that little connection there for my choke, and yeah, awesome. I think I'll do that.